The ancient city of Berea is known today as Veria. It's located about 45 miles west of Thessalonica in the region of Macedonia. Although little is known of this place prior to the Roman period, this city has been continuously occupied for nearly 2,500 years. There are almost no archaeological ruins of Roman period Berea. However, the discovery of various monuments and inscriptions do confirm the location and name of the city here in Roman province of Macedonia. According to Acts chapter 17, Paul, Silas, and probably Timothy arrived here in Berea one night in early 50 AD. As was his custom, Paul went to the synagogue to preach the gospel.
Now the Berean Jews were of more noble character than those in Thessalonica, for they received the message with great eagerness and examined the scriptures every day to see if what Paul said was true. As a result, many of them believed, as did a number of prominent Greek women and many Greek men. Acts 17, 11 and 12.
According to Luke's account, the listeners at the synagogue here in Berea were described as people of noble character who eagerly received what Paul taught. However, they also examined the scriptures themselves to verify what Paul was claiming, that Jesus Christ was the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecy of a promised Messiah. The example of the Bereans is a great reminder to all of us to compare what we hear in our churches and schools with the historical accounts that we find in the Bible itself.
In addition to the Bereans in the synagogue, apparently many of the Greek men and women of the city also believed in Jesus Christ. Later in Acts, we learn that one of these Greeks was named Sopater, son of Pyrrhus of Berea. Sopater became a colleague of Paul and joined him during later travels in Greece and Macedonia, and finally when Paul returned to Jerusalem before his arrest.
Now, after Paul spent some time teaching and preaching, the Christians here at Berea sent him out of the city for his own protection. It seems the unruly mob from Thessalonica made the 72-kilometer hike to Berea to cause trouble here, too. Now, 72 clicks is a long way to walk. It seems, to me anyway, that your garden variety unruly mob is comprised of people who have a lot of spare time on their hands. Maybe things haven't changed that much in 2,000 years. It's like that old saying, you know, from ye olden time, mobs will be mobs.
The believers immediately sent Paul to the coast, but Silas and Timothy stayed at Berea. Those who escorted Paul brought him to Athens and then left with instructions for Silas and Timothy to join him as soon as possible. Acts 17, 14 and 15.
According to Luke's account, Paul's next stop was the epic city of Athens. Now, most of that 300-mile journey was probably by boat, but we're going to drive it and see what we find along the way.